Well, hello, my beautiful Sagittarians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for the end of September, right through the end of October 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Sagittarians, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Sagittarians? What do they need to know regarding their career at this moment in time? What lies ahead for them? Can you please show them the way? What are they meant to see right now? Your first card there is the Trumpet. So this is really about you focusing on your calling. It's about honoring what you've already accomplished, but also for some of you, this is about peacocking your skills. You know, it's about promoting yourself or stepping into the limelight in some way to showcase what you're capable of. So I feel a lot of you, you know, your work tends to speak for itself, but sometimes, you know, you need to toot your own horn a little bit as it was. And I feel, yeah, a lot of you are focusing on your path ahead. You're focusing on your true life's mission, shall we say. It's really about, do you love what you do right now? A lot of you are asking yourself, are you on the right path? So let us get into the rest of the cards to see what's going on there. We have the Ace of Swords. So major breakthrough happening in your career. Some of you are going to have a really important meeting in the next 6 weeks, and it kind of highlights where you are aligned in your career, what steps you need to take to be on track to reach your goal. I do see that you're on the right path. I feel like you are following your heart there. But I feel some of you may be thinking about leaving something, okay, because we've got the Lover's card in the resistance position. I mean, your whole next 6 weeks is about, do you love what you do? You know, this is about you being invested. This is about you wanting a little bit more spontaneity in your career. It's really about you following your passions and living your truth. So, oh, look at those cards. They just want to pop out for you there as well. We have the Ace of Cups. We also have the Queen of Wands there, and we've got the Ace of Wands. Yeah, so a lot of new starts here. Now, this doesn't have to mean that you're like leaving your job, right? It can mean that you're finishing a project, or you know, you're ending a cycle with a client, or you are just, you know, getting organized to bring new ideas into the way that you work. Fresh new start. Because I feel a lot of you are currently in brainstorming mode where you're thinking about revamping something in your career, or you're trying to have a fresh new approach just to keep things interesting. So, I mean, I do see on the side, some of you are keeping your eye out on the job market just to see if there's anything else that's more in alignment with what you're looking for, or how to utilize your skills a little bit more. And I mean, looking at your cards in general, it's not that you're not focused on the money, because I feel like you are. Of course, money is important. We need it to pay bills. We need it to create stability in our lives, and of course for our future, to create that solid foundation there. But more than anything, looking at your whole next like 6 weeks ahead, I would say it's more about you communicating your needs. Basically, you know, having a healthy approach to your working environment, making sure that you control stress levels, I feel a lot of you have been under pressure. I do see that you've had a lot on your plate there, but it's also about how to keep things interesting, how to implement new ideas, how to transform the way that you work so that you can, dream big and bold and create your path ahead with excitement and reach your goals. But let's get to each card individually. We've got the Trumpet there. I mean, looking at the whole energy, I feel like you will have something to celebrate in the next 6 weeks. So this is a time of recognition, receiving, some sort of praise or an award or just some sort of pat on the back from, either your industry or the company that you work for. Perhaps it's a boss who's going to do that. Perhaps you are the boss and you're seeing those returns coming in. If you're an entrepreneur, this could also be you marketing or, basically your business taking off and having more traffic come your way towards your goods and services. Because this card is basically you recognizing that, you've accomplished quite a lot so far. So some of you may have even had a personal win in some area recently, and you're just thinking about what next, For example, if you are an entrepreneur, you could have really kind of made a name or reputation for yourself doing something that's actually really ticking over nicely now, and you're thinking about branching out. How do I compound on that? How can I actually, do something new and exciting just to keep things interesting for you, but also to interest more people or clients towards your business? So it could be that you're like creating something new right now. For some of you, if you're working for a company, for example, I feel that this is about you noticing that actually people are noticing your work, that you're not just blending in on the sidelines, that you really are making a difference in your career. You are adding value to whatever industry that you are in. And, this is you kind of like speaking your truth. It literally says here, victory, resurrection, awakening, decisiveness, inner calling, forgiveness. So, forgiveness can be, especially when we have the Six of Swords, some of you may have had some sort of conflict or some sort of confidentiality breach in your working environment is what I'm being given. Maybe some of you have told someone something in your working environment and they breached your confidentiality. Maybe they told a secret, or if you said something that you're doing on the sidelines, perhaps you have an idea and you just mention it in passing to somebody, perhaps they told it to somebody else. I feel like you're moving on from that. I feel like you're not allowing the drama of the everyday working environment to get to you, because I see that you're more focused in the next coming weeks, very productive, you're following your heart, you're reigniting your passions, and some of you are actually going to literally resurrect something that you used to do. So it could be that, if you work for a company, for example, it could be that you return to a project or some sort of way of doing something that, makes you quite happy is what I see there. So it could be that there's been some new kind of rules or regulations or new computer equipment that came in, and you're kind of like, yeah, you know what, it's nice to have all this new technology, but I kind of like the old way of doing something. It's much better. You may have tried the new innovative sort of computer software or whatever it is, but you felt, actually, I prefer the old way. So you may sort of return to that. Some of you may actually return to a creative endeavor that you've had on the back burner, or, an idea that you have written down and you've always been meaning to get round to it. Well, the next 6 weeks, this is about really launching that. Aces are launching cards, the start of something. So I feel this is a very ambitious time for you, and a lot of your ideas, they're going to be very successful. I definitely see here recognition. I would say with the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Wands, I feel there's some sort of promotional kind of vibe here where you're moving up to the next level. I feel it could be that you're going to hear about some new role available, and you may even hear that behind the scenes, people are seeing you for that role, okay? So it could be that your boss is saying, hey, you know what, there is an opportunity arising here, and everyone has your name on their lips, and they really want you to figurehead this, or they want you to start it up. It could be in a different branch, for example, because of the aces, they tend to be new energy. Some of you, it could be that there's a new project or a new client in town, and they really want you to sort of represent their company. They see that you are the one who has the passion, the drive, and the personality to really like impress, because I get this energy of impressing people this month. And whether you're an entrepreneur or you work for a company, I see that you are impressing people with your skill set, with your passion, tenacity, your attention to detail, and your go-getting spirit. Now, if you're currently out of a job and you're looking for a role, I actually see there's two coming through for you, two interviews that you're going to go for. I feel, oh my gosh, my guys, thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. My guides are telling me that I forgot about the third ace, and they're right. There is a third ace here, the Ace of Cups, but it is in the resistance position. So it's not something that's fully formed yet, but I feel it's in the mix, okay? So it could be that you're going to be offered two interviews and you go for those interviews, and then like at the 12th hour, there's going to be like another interview that comes in, and I feel there is another opportunity for you to choose from. So one role is very cerebral, okay? It feels very much like you get to number crunch, or you get to like do like documents, spreadsheets, and the other role is a little bit more action-packed. It feels like every day is a little bit different. It feels that, you know, you're transforming or changing the way the role is, so you can really establish, you know, what it is yourself. But I mean, the first role, it feels very much like these are the rules, this is how we work. Just follow the script, follow the narrative, follow the way that we do it. The second role is more like be maverick, bring your own personality, do your own thing. And then there's a third role coming in, which feels very much like you're going to really love this role. It feels very fulfilling. It feels like you understand the role. It's kind of like tailor-made almost for you. But I feel what you're going to do is you're going to choose between the really passionate, exciting, sort of like changeable job. I feel the finances are stable, but I feel like the adventurous part, it just feels like different every day. I feel like you're really going to be interested in that one, but also the third one that comes along, which feels a little bit more like, oh, this is perfect. It's got the best of both worlds. Okay. So I'm just going to leave that there. If you are looking for a job and you've been out of a job for a while, I do see that a lot of you may even get this job through an agency, is what I'm seeing there. So, you know, with a lot of respect, I'm going to move away from the energy. For the rest of you beautiful Sagittarians, this is all about you being inspired, taking responsibility for your actions and your achievements. And this is about you really speaking your truth, having your needs met. Aces are new ideas. So I feel there is a major breakthrough happening here for you. Expect quick results, okay? So I feel like you're going to be very productive. It's going to be a very fast-paced time, almost like by the seat of your pants. I got to be honest with you. This next 6 weeks for you, it's going to be like boom, 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 ticking off loads of things off your list. And when you finish the month, I mean, I feel like you're carrying some of that over into the month of November. But when you finish the month of October in particular, you're going to look back and be so proud of yourself that you have accomplished so much. And you did this yourself, okay? Now, also with the Ace of Swords, there could be something connected to speech, okay, is what I see. So some of you could be taking an appraisal, or you could be actually, I feel an important meeting is going to happen for you. And this is more about you connecting to aligning with your goals, perhaps really speaking your truth and articulating how you feel about the role in general and what you expect and what you're hoping for to move on up. And I feel some of those needs will be met, but not all, okay? So there may be some compromise there is what I'm seeing. Now, of course, Ace of Swords, it feels very much like suddenly you know what you want to do. So it could be a very changeable time for you. I feel if you've been trying to find a solution on something, I also feel that you get clarity and you find that solution. But, you know, all your cards are pointing to the fact that you are totally on it, you're taking action, and you are a real force to be reckoned with this month. Now, we've got the Six of Swords there. Ace of Swords and Six of Swords, some of you could be thinking about, especially if you're an entrepreneur, migrating your business overseas or having some sort of international links there. For some of you, if that's you, it could be that you're actually going to be learning a language, for example, or you could be trying to look at structures on how to migrate that business. Some of you, you know, you really, although you're very busy, you're thinking about your next vacation. Maybe you're trying to save for that, or you're trying to tie up loose ends right now and get ready to take a quick trip somewhere. But the Six of Swords, it can indicate that some of you, if you've just left a position, or you're looking for a role, or you're trying to put your resume out there to find new opportunities, Six of Swords kind of indicates you're kind of ready to leave a place, right? Because with the trumpet there, a lot of you are currently thinking about your skill set and all you've accomplished in your current circumstances. And I feel like you're ready for new. Doesn't mean that you want to leave the position that you're in. For some of you, with that trumpet as your figurehead card, it can indicate that you feel like you've hit a plateau. You know, you've reached as far as you can in the role that you've got. You've made it your own. You've established yourself at what you do. You're very gifted and very talented. And now you're kind of thinking, what next? Okay. So even if you stay in the role that you are in, this means you want to move forward. You want to find new ways of approaching things, keep things fresh, be ahead of the curve. And of course, if you're an entrepreneur, this could be that you are trying to, move forward after a difficult time or a very unseasonal quiet period, and you're wondering how things are going to go. But I see things picking up for you. It's going to be a faster pace for you there as well. Six of Swords tends to mean that you've been tested. Okay, so if you've been under a lot of pressure recently and there's been a lot of difficult times going on in your career or in the industry that you work in, this means that things are coming out of that turbulent time. And, it's not all over. I got to be honest with you. We've got the Ace of Cups here, and we've got the Lover's card in the Resistance position. So this can indicate that there's still a little bit of conflict going on in the company that you work for, maybe no team support, or perhaps, some people are just not loving what they do right now and they're a little bit cranky, and it filters out in the office or in the shop or the industry that you work in. And this is about you really looking at that. Even if you're an entrepreneur, it could be like cranky clients, or it basically means that you're looking at these people and thinking, I don't want to become that. I want to make sure that I follow my heart, my passions. You want to get up and be ambitious and make a difference in your career, so you rise through the ranks and actually accomplish quite a lot, which I see you doing there. Also, the Six of Swords, some of you may actually have been trying to learn new things, to upskill in some way, and you may be just passing a test. If you're just coming out of college or university, for example, it could be that now you're ready to enter the workforce and you're excited to see what opportunities are out there. Don't be disappointed. The job market is a little bit oversaturated right now, but the right opportunity is going to find you because you are matching vibrations. And whether you're like in a role right now where you've hit a plateau and you're putting your resume out there to find new opportunities, remember, even though the job market is a little bit difficult right now, the right role will find you because you are vibing at a frequency of newness. So I feel you've got great ideas, you're very savvy, and you're being protected and guided towards greater opportunities. Some of you may have experienced a disappointment in your working environment recently as well. These things always happen for a reason. It's a little reminder that what is meant for you will never pass you by. So if something has passed you by, it means it was not meant for you. Remember, the universe knows what is ahead. So sometimes we have to align with certain experiences in order to enrich our journey and fulfill our soul contract. So every time something happens that we feel, well, that didn't go our way, it means the universe says yes because there is a better way, and they're about to reveal it to you there as well. I would also say for some of you, new ideas, keep them to yourself, under lock and key. I never read this card like that, but as soon as I picked it up, it was like under lock and key. Keep it to yourself because there is the potential, if you haven't experienced it already, and I've just mentioned it, of some sort of breach of confidentiality. You may even hear of some sort of breach of confidentiality over the next coming weeks and months. Now, this could be like a big old kind of like computer thing, right? That's like hits the company, the firewall or something like that. But it doesn't have to be. It can be that someone like blurted out a company secret somewhere. I feel whoever that was, I feel like they will be taken to task. They will be called out on it, okay? But we do have the key, and it's in the resistance position. Whenever you get in the LENORMAND deck, the key, it represents your destiny. It represents you having a transformation or a breakthrough there, and doing a lot of soul searching, seeking, answers, and it is in the resistance position. So some of you may have been feeling a bit stuck in a rut. You know, you may have felt like same old thing, just a different day, repetitive cycle. But I feel like you are transforming the way that you work so that you come out of the funk, okay? I see a lot of you have... Now, don't take this the wrong way. It feels like you love what you do, but at the same time, you've lost that loving feeling for it, or it just feels like you're part of the furniture to some degree, that you're on autopilot. You do what you do because you're a master or a mistress of it. When we do something time and time again, it means that we're really great at what we do. It's second nature, but that's not appealing to your adventurous side. Remember, you are a fire element, so you need to keep things exciting. And I feel that's why you're right now trying to find new ways to approach your work so you have a little bit more spontaneity, or you can push through any sort of like, you know, red tape or the way we always do things attitude from people. I feel like you're trying to find fresh new ways to approach it so that you can transform and make your mark and make a difference in your career there as well. Okay. Now, with the key in the resistance position, some of you may have felt like you're doing something where your heart isn't completely in it. I feel like you used to love it at some stage, and it just feels like, and this is only going to apply to some of you, it may feel like you're coasting, or you may feel like, okay, there has to be an alternative. So I feel you are following your heart. I feel like you are following your passions. And I feel that with the Lover's card in the resistance position at first, it can mean that some of you are leaving a place behind. You know, you're detaching from something that you used to love, but it's come to an end, or it's run its course, or you've hit a plateau, that glass ceiling, and you're not willing to get stuck with that glass ceiling. You're pushing through it. So if you are putting resumes out there to find new roles, I definitely see you being offered like loads of positions. I see 3 in total for all of you that are going to come your way, but only 2 that you really are reflecting on as a potential for your path. The Lover's card can also indicate some of you, if you're in a partnership, a business partnership, you may feel it's run its course, or maybe someone isn't pulling their weight and you're addressing this. The Ace of Swords and the Six of Swords, it can be like an honest, open conversation if you're in a partnership. And, you know, Six of Swords is like, okay, we need to move on from this, or we need to dissolve this. So it can be that you're making a decision right now whether to stay in that partnership, the business partnership, or not. And for some of you, I get an energy here that if you work for a company, or even you're an entrepreneur and you have people who work for you, I see that there is going to be an integral member of your team leaving, okay? I feel like they give in their notice. And this may be a little bit disappointing, okay? Because I feel like this person, you kind of like this person. They actually work really hard. They may even be, you know, an ally, someone who you really got on well with, but I feel like you'll keep in contact. And this person, wherever they're going to, I feel like there is a really good business link there too. So it could be that if you're looking for a new role yourself, they will tell you about one. Or if you're an entrepreneur, when they move on, I feel like they may open a gateway to new clients or new business for you. So this person is actually very important on your journey as well, okay? Now, the Lover's card, it will go into the upright. So, I mean, some of you, especially with the lock and key, some of you may be currently engaging in a little bit of a industry kind of romance, a soiree, perhaps. Maybe it's secret right now. I mean, with the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Ace of Wands, I feel like people can see it, okay? So if you are currently engaging in like an office thing, or, you know, an industry thing, I feel people can see it in your eyes with this person, the way that you act with this person. People can see it, okay? So I just want you to be aware of that. The heart wants what the heart wants. So if you're falling in love with someone in the office or the working environment, then you know what? You'll explore it if you want to, and if you don't, you don't. We all have free will, but I do see it here. With the key in this position, I would say in the Ace of Cups, I just get an energy here that, you know, being professional and trying to hide it, of course, that's really great, but people can see it. Just keep doing what you're doing is what I see there, okay? As long as, you know, your business allows that. Some businesses, they don't allow that. So just want you to be aware of it. People can see. So I'm just going to move away from that energy. Some of you may even be thinking about business partnerships. These could be with people that you are really close to, your soul tribe, or even family members there. I feel like there's some really great ideas floating around right now, and doing something you love and that you're passionate about. I mean, there are 3 aces here. It could involve 3 people with lots of different ideas. One person's got the know-how, the skills. One person comes with really great off-the-wall maverick ideas. One person's really passionate. They're a doer. They're the person who's going to, take action and make sure things happen. And then you've got the Ace of Cups there, someone who loves, is very supportive, someone who basically is there to do any extra duties that would help out and just keep things flowing nicely. I feel all of you could work together. Maybe these are skills that you have right now, and you're channeling and pooling them all to be very resilient, but also very organized about doing something that you love. I see a lot of you, it feels very much like you have a lot of irons in the fire, like you've got loads of ideas, and sometimes they may hit you all at once, but I feel like you're being called right now to focus on the one that you are really passionate about. That's the one that you should be following right now, and then the rest, it will start to fit in a little bit later on, if that makes sense. Now, we do have the Ace of Cups, but it is in the resistance position at first, so this can indicate that, especially a person that you either work with, or it feels like you know this person, or you have a lot of time for this person, whether they're in your industry or whether they're your boss, or whether, they work for you or with you. I feel like this person, there's just an energy here of disappointment. Okay. It just feels like either they promise you something, or they let you down, or there's a break in the chain in some way, and there's a bit of a delay. I would just watch this, because I feel there's just an energy of disappointment. Some of you, it feels like, although you love what you do, there's just this energy of like, it's now become part of your life. It's like you're part of the furniture. And I can't quite articulate anything other than that feeling I'm trying to get. I'm trying to pinpoint it. It's like when you do something day to day all the time, it just feels like you're on autopilot, and you're trying to rekindle that passion for what you do, because right now I feel like you're at a bit of a crossroads. You're under a lot of pressure, but I also see that there is something that you yearn to do, some sort of passion project that you've had on the side. It may even not be connected to what you currently do, but I feel like you will launch that in the next coming weeks, or at least organize and strategize to make it happen. And I feel when the moment is right, it's going to be very lucrative. Now, your final cards, we've got the Heart. So, as I said, all your cards are about, do you love what you do? The Lover's card, the Ace of Cups. I mean, the Lover's card can also be like a choice, especially since we have the Ace of Swords, and we have the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Cups in the middle. So it can be that you have to make a head over heart decision, and you're going to make a decision that is somewhere in the middle, where you can have the best of both worlds, because you can, okay? Sometimes we don't have to choose. Sometimes we can make sure that we can get the best of both worlds. Now, we have here love, passion, romance, we've sort of mentioned. I do feel there is someone who has a crush on you in the working environment. If you are not involved with anyone in your working industry, there's someone who comes in. This person may be someone who comes in every day and delivers something. Could be someone you actually work with. Could be someone that, if you're an entrepreneur and you spend time in a coffee house writing or emailing. Could be someone who comes into that coffee house. There's someone who kind of has their eye on you. I would say, yeah, this person, they're going to keep it a secret, okay? It's just going to be admiring you from afar at this moment in time. I feel more than anything, you're more focused on your passion projects and on your trajectory towards success. So, but there is a potential there later on for this person to approach. And I mean, if you're looking for love, I feel this person, they've got a crush, and I feel it could be a very nice physical thing, but I feel it could be transient. I feel like you'd live in the moment, enjoy being with this person, but ultimately you would feel that this person is not a soulmate. Okay, so that's coming through there too. Now, this card, fulfillment, pleasure. So this is more about you feeling fulfilled in your role. And I feel there's new projects or new ways of working that are going to really fulfill you, and you're going to implement them in the next 6 weeks. So if you're staying where you're at, definitely this is about you taking pride in what you do and allowing your work to speak for yourself. But don't forget to peacock yourself because you're really awesome at what you do. So if there is like a promotion that you're interested in, put yourself forward for it. However, I do see that your name is on people's lips behind the scenes. They actually want to offer you the role anyway. So as soon as you show interest in this role, they're going to be super excited. Make sure you get a deal that is worthy of your skill set, because when people are really super interested in a role and they really want to go for it, sometimes, a company especially may try to budget you down and say, oh, we don't have much in the budget. This is what we can offer. And you're like, you know what? I really would love this role. However, I know my skill set is worth a little bit more. Is there any room for negotiation? And I feel like there is. Okay, so just stand your ground on that. Now, we do have the Knight of Wands. This is an energy of determination. So being bold, staying on track. This is about you knocking goals out of the park. So anything on your to-do list, you're going to be very productive. This is about you following your passions. This is about you being innovative. This is about you trusting your vision and moving towards success. And I also see that you're in strong manifestation mode. So anything you turn your mind to and your hand to, because you're all about action in the next 6 weeks, you're going to realize that you are making a difference and that there is a payoff here and that your dreams are grounded in reality. You've got a plan, you're sticking to it, and you're making things happen. So I feel this is a card where there is adventure. Okay, this is a card that indicates that you'd be suitable for entrepreneurship as well. So if you're not an entrepreneur right now, could be that you are doing like some brainstorming behind the scenes in order to launch something that could set you up to be your own boss. Also, I get this energy of you being an inspiration, people looking to you for advice, people looking to you to lead the way, even though you may feel like you're not a leader right now. So if you're not in a managerial role, I see one coming up. Okay, I see promotion vibes here for you. Maybe something that you're going to hear about in the next 6 weeks, but I feel the start of it is not really until November. Okay, so you may hear about it in mid-October time, but November is the start, or the end of October into November is the start. Okay. Now, Queen of Wands, this is, of course, about following your passions, you being magnetic and really being in a powerful position. You're passionate about what you do and you're going to get a lot of attention. When you get a Queen of Wands, it's not a gender-specific reading. This is a reading where you're tapping into your passions, you're exploring your options, and you're getting a lot of attention for the work that you're doing. You're organized, you're on track, and you have wonderful new ideas. Everybody loves someone who wants to innovate, and I really feel that that is you, my beautiful Sagittarians. So I feel you're attracting a lot of attention, but also a lot of opportunities towards you. Whether you're in a role or whether you're looking for a role right now, I feel like you're, going above and beyond, and it's being noticed. Also, I see here people, alliances being drawn to you, creative collaborations. So it could be that some people reach out to you and they want to work with you, or you're going to be, having some strong friendships in your working environment. I feel like you're going to have very important connections, like friends in high places, and I feel these are going to open doors for you. Right now, I feel like you're on the precipice of change, where a portal is opening up for you to have more, okay? And the Ace of Wands is like, you've got the ideas, you're trying to vision or reimagine the way that you're working right now, and this is about taking action. This is the start. This is the launch. So if you have an idea, great time to launch it. If you're setting up a business, fabulous time to launch it. If you're stepping into a new role, congratulations. This is a great opportunity for you to transform your life, because this card is about transformation. It's about creative power. It's also about you dreaming bold and big. And this is about you turning those dreams into reality. So major transformation here. Could be a new project, doesn't have to be a new role. It can just be that you're inspired and eager to get ahead on something, and the doors are actually going to naturally open up for you. Now, of course, there's no pentacles that have come out here. A lot of you were like, show me the money. But with the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands, this is about your ideas gathering a lot of attention, and it will lead to greater things. I mean, the Queen of Wands, it tells me that you're keeping a tight rein on your finances. You're trying not to emotionally spend or overspend. You're trying really hard to implement a budget there. I would say with the Lovers card there present as well, that you're really trying hard to make a decision on something. So you could be looking at like subscriptions that you don't use anymore and decluttering things that you spend that perhaps you don't need to spend or you don't utilize. I feel on a personal level right now, you're just looking at what you spend your finances on and saying, yep, like that, need that. Okay, I'm going to treat myself there, but okay, you know what? I don't use that so much anymore. Can I find something else that's a little bit cheaper, discounts? I really feel that you're kind of focusing a little bit more on that. So I feel business as usual, but lots of new ideas, lots of collaborations. I feel there is one person who will leave, and you may be a little bit disappointed that they're going, or you may... I would say make sure you keep in contact with that person, because that person later on down the line, they're going to be integral to your working environment. Okay, so I'm just going to go get some final cards for you. We've got information. Okay, I mean, 2 cards literally indicate what I've just said in the reading. We've got information there. Okay, so new information, which is basically downloads, new ideas being gifted to you. To write or express yourself in words open new doors. So, you know, as I said, you're on the precipice of some sort of change where portals are opening up for you. New doors are opening up there. Say what's on your mind. Speak your truth. Be really precise about what it is that you want. You're being responsible for your career. You're taking accountability for that. So if you feel like right now that you are at a position where you feel like you're not fully being utilized, or you're overstretched, overworked, no support, and you feel like you could, get a better opportunity elsewhere, some of you may actually have a very important meeting in the next 6 weeks to express this to somebody before you take action on it. Maybe you're kind of like going to your boss, hey, look, is there any room to blossom in this company? If not, I don't really want to take my skills elsewhere, but, I'm human. I want to level up in my career. I want to take things to the next stage. Sometimes when we have that honest, open conversation, people will respect you for, being so open about it before you take the necessary steps. Sometimes they can actually offer you something that has been in the works behind the scenes, but they couldn't speak about until such time as you come to them. So I feel that's very important. Also, as you can see, there's books there, pearls of knowledge there as well. So this means your ideas are going to be very lucrative. So if you have some left field ideas there, I would say launch them, get busy, structuring, strategizing, because these are going to lead you even further to success. And of course, we've got bloom with ease. If you have been going through a difficult time in your working environment, things are about to get a little bit easier. Don't get me wrong, the working environment right now, economically, things are a little bit difficult all around the world, okay? But I feel like the company that you are working for, there may be some restructures or some redundancies going on later on. But I feel right now, looking at this energy, you are someone who is well loved. You're someone who is an integral member of the team. And if you decide to leave, then that's on you, is what I see here. It says life doesn't need to be hard, so relax and don't worry. It's okay to rest now. A lot of you are tying up loose ends before you go on a vacation. Have a wonderful time if that's you, but make sure that you get good quality rest. Healthy boundaries in the working environment, very important. Do not burn yourself out. Remember, if you're working for an establishment or any industry, whilst they value you and what you bring to the table, if you work yourself to the bone and you get unwell, then of course they will just sidestep. And you need to do you. You need to look after you, okay? You're not just a number. You are a beautiful, bright being, and you are here to accomplish great things. So remember, honor your time, honor your energy, look after your health, create healthy boundaries in your working environment, and go after your dreams, because I see here that you are capable of so much success, and doors are literally going to be opening up for you right now, okay? So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune for you. We have the fleur-de-lis, okay? So this is Emperor energy. This is about being strict with yourself, honoring your time, being in a very powerful position. You are a natural born leader. This is also a trinket that reminds you to protect your position, that you are dominating right now. There's a lot of success here. You're thinking about your 5-year plan, and you're someone who is calm under pressure, and not everybody has that trait. So I feel it's very important to, honor that energy about you and go after whatever it is that you have your sights on right now, because I feel like you're going to be right on target. Okay, so I will leave it there. I hope something resonates there for you, my beautiful Sagittarians. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell. Lets you know when I update my next message. Lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Sagittarians, and love and light.